Yes, and we are ready to start. It is 10 a.m. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our pre-certification How to Do Business With workshop. My name is Andrea Boyd, and I am a business advisor here at the Minority Business Assistance Center at the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. And I am joined this morning by my colleague, business advisor Richard Brown, and our program coordinator, April Needham. At this pre-certification workshop, our presenters will provide an overview that includes introductory steps and tips to ensure you go through the certification process successfully. We have two types of pre-certification workshops each month. At the beginning of the month, we have a one-day certification workshop, and at the end of each month, we have a 3-day certification lab series. Today, our certification workshop is co-hosted by the fantastic Jack Entertainment. Yes. So today you will hear about how to scale your business, and Jack Entertainment will speak about some of the resources they offer to support minority, women, and veteran-owned businesses in Ohio. So let me share a little bit about what we do here at the Minority Business Assistance Center. MBAC identifies emerging minority-owned businesses and cultivates their growth and sustainability. Our overarching goal is to help minority and disadvantaged businesses contribute to job creation in Ohio. So we do this by focusing on 4 key areas of growth. We call these areas our 4 pillars. The first being certifications, so we can certify your business with the state of Ohio. So we want to ensure that your business has the necessary certifications to bid on private and public contracting opportunities like those with Jack Entertainment. And then our second pillar is contracts and procurement. So our job is to connect you with different contracting opportunities to grow and scale your business. Some of these include PTAC, the Procurement Technical Assistance Center. They help you with federal registrations. We have a lot of different partners and organizations that we also partner with, like Jack Entertainment, that can help you with these contract and procurement opportunities. Our third pillar is access to capital through bonding and loans. And we have a number of lending partners that we work with to help you get access to the capital to grow your business. In-house, we do have a UBIZ loan fund that is a fantastic opportunity for businesses because we do not turn you down for any reason with this loan fund. You either do the avenue of underwriting, or we get you ready, we get you loan ready for that avenue. So it is a fantastic opportunity. If you guys want to learn more about that, give us a call. And then our last and final pillar is technical and professional assistance. So we are made of over 40 years of banking and entrepreneurial experience. We want to share that experience with you. We can help you with accounting assistance, business plan development, and capability statement development if you need that to send in with those contract opportunities. So at this time, grab your coffee, sit back, and enjoy our workshop with Jack Entertainment. April, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Andrea, for that wonderful introduction. We are so happy to be here today. To kick off the rest of our workshop today, I'm going to hand it over to our business advisor, Richard Brown. He has some exciting news for us all.
Thank you, April. Welcome, everyone. Again, my name is Richard Brown. I am a business advisor with the Minority Business Assistance Center with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. Welcome to our workshop with Jack Entertainment today. We're excited about this workshop, and I'm excited because I have the opportunity to talk about the swag bag giveaway. Jack Entertainment, they have the swag bag giveaway. So we're fortunate today that Jack, oh, there they are. Okay, thank you, Kathryn. They're going to give away 2 of those bags to someone who is on this webinar today. However, you have to stay to the end. You have to stay to the end. And there are some ground rules. You have to pay attention. You have to pay attention, and you might want to take some notes throughout because you're going to need that information at the end. That's all I'm going to say. You got to stay to the end in order to get that Jack bag swag bag giveaway. You got to stay to the end. That's all I got to say. You don't know what's in that bag. Hold that bag up again, Karen. Look how big that bag is. I know there's some good stuff in that bag. And I know you want the bag. And you're here for the information the bag is an extra added bonus. That's like the cherry on top. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to April Needham. And thanks again for being here.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm a little jealous of the winners today because I personally would like a Jack swag bag, and I don't think there's enough for us. So lucky for you guys. Our next guest speaker or our first guest speaker, I should say, that we're going to have on our webinar today is I'd like to introduce you all to Eric Seabrook. He works for the state of Ohio, and he has some opening remarks for us. Good morning, Eric. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I'm happy to be involved, even though, we play a very tangential role in this, but I'm happy because Jack Entertainment's commitment to Ohio is an awesome thing. And I think partnering and working with the Cleveland MBAC is a reflection of their commitment to Ohio. And it's one thing to have a corporate partner, and it's another thing for that corporate partner to be a good citizen. And what Jack Entertainment is reflecting is the fact that they're willing to make a commitment to the Cleveland regional area. And it's really, you almost want to say a new day, but their commitment is not simply in word, but this is a reflection that their commitment is in deed, that they're looking at tangible, measurable relationships that really are going to impact upon the bottom line of companies. The key thing is, it's much like with sports. When the opportunity comes, be ready and prepared to deliver and perform. So I want to say thank you. I want to look forward to a great partnership. You always have challenges, but I want to let Jack Entertainment know that we're standing behind the MBAC, and we're going to do everything that we can to be supportive of essentially facilitating knowledge and skill development in companies that can partner to perform and in the final analysis, do good business. Once again, thanks a million to Jack Entertainment and your management for the commitment that you're making to the Cleveland area. And I'm looking forward to success. Take care.
Thank you. Good morning, Eric. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Thank you, Eric, for those remarks.
Yes, thank you so much, Eric. We really appreciate it. All right, everyone, are we ready? We are going to introduce our guest speakers from Jack Entertainment. We have 3 guest speakers today. We have Kathryn Hall, who's the VP of Diversity and Inclusion for Jack Entertainment, Steve Zappacosta, who's the Corporate VP of Beverage and Purchasing for Jack Entertainment. And we have Gino Del Pup, the VP of Design and Construction for Jack Entertainment. And we have a couple other employees who will be able to answer some questions for you as well. Now, just one moment, I'm going to share my screen. All right, panelists, can everyone see the screen okay?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, Kathryn, we're ready.
Go to the first slide. So I am Kathryn Hall, and I have the privilege of being the Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion with Jack Entertainment. And we are an organization that is born here and raised here. That's our slogan, because we are your only Ohio-based organization in the gaming industry. And our efforts we are committed to connecting with the community, to improve the community where we operate, invest in businesses that are in our region, and to have a positive economic impact on the community. And so we are delighted to be here today, and we are certainly happy to partner with MBAC as well as the state of Ohio. When we select vendors, one of the criteria that we use is where are they certified from, how ready are they in terms of doing business with Jack, and what does their chops look like? For instance, how much business have they done with others? Who can speak for that company? And are they ready to do the amount of business that we require at Jack? All of our business is not large business. We understand that. We're also interested in growing smaller businesses. But when you are certified, that's a statement that you have been vetted and that you are interested in your business being successful, and that there's other individuals standing behind and next to your business. So we're very, very committed to what we do at Jack. And a lot of people don't understand who we are. So I tell people that come to the casinos understand what gaming is. Those that drive by the casino make up a story. We don't want you to make up a story. So we want to tell you what our story is today. April, if you go to the next slide for me, please. So what people don't know, as I said, we are born here and raised, not her, but raised here. We have over 1,700 team members. We have 2 properties in the Cleveland area. We have both the Jack Cleveland Casino, which is located in downtown Cleveland. We also have our Jack Thistledown Racino property, and we're very proud of both of them. They each have a unique character. They don't offer the same things. Our table games are located downtown at the Cleveland property, and our racing arm of the organization is located at Thistledown along with other gaming. We have, and this at the latest, we have 1,600 2,000 square feet of gaming. I think that's increased because we just recently opened our new smoking patio at our Thistledown property. We have slots, we have games, and we have poker. We also have 16 bars and restaurants, and we average over 5 million guests a year. Even in the year of the pandemic, we had over 5 million guests. And when things started to open up and we opened, we were very fortunate that a lot of individuals came to Jack to kind of hang out and find some activities for themselves after coming out of the pandemic. And we're happy about that because we were really careful in terms of being clean, safe, and a happy organization for you to come to. I think the other thing that non-gamers should understand about Jack is the economic impact we have on the region in terms of the jobs. And we're an organization where jobs are important. We are open 24/7. So we are always hiring and looking for good individuals to work for us. And we are always looking to have vendors partner with us to provide the goods and services that we need to be successful. As you can imagine, and Zap will tell you more about this, we're all about food and beverage, and we're all about electrical because all of our games run on electricity. So just to give you a quick overview of who we are and why we are in business. So the 4 things I want you to remember about us is that our economic impact is the individuals that we employ. It's also the amount of money that we put back into the economy and the taxes that we pay. We're very big on community outreach and contributing to the community through our sponsorship and partnership outreach, as well as we're very committed to supplier diversity and doing business with some of you who might be qualified to do the things that we have. So I'm happy to be joined by my colleagues today, and we'll go to the next slide. So I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to someone that I see almost every other day. My colleague and friend, Steve Zappacosta, who is our Corporate Vice President of Purchasing, Food and Beverage.
All right, thanks, Kathryn. Can everybody hear me okay? All right, good. So Jack Entertainment, although we're a regional company, being a casino, we pretty much buy almost every kind of product there is and use almost every service out there. If you've worked with hotels or restaurants or resorts or office buildings, pretty much everything they would use, we use. From cleaning supplies to copy paper, from ribeyes to walkie-talkie radios. If you can think it, we probably buy it, provide it ourselves, or use it. And I say all of that because we need a broad vendor base, and we're always looking to add to that vendor base and create additional partnerships, especially with the local community. The easiest way for everybody to start that is if you go to the Jack webpage, there is a vendor portal, or you can see the web address on the slide. And it'll give you, a little bit of information about Jack and how we operate. There's also 2 web links there. One of them will prompt you to email purchasing, which will come to me. And, and whatever it is your company does or makes or sells, include it in the email and let us know what you do. If you have a catalog of products or services or a list, especially with pricing, that's a great help. If there's any certifications that you have, including that in the email, it is certainly helpful. And that's the first step. And of course, we'll reach out to you, get to know you a little bit, and work to figure out a way if we can partnership with you. There's some specifics that are probably good to know about. Also on that web page is a link to our terms and conditions. So you may want to scan through that. So, it's basically how we interact with our vendors and how we ensure that there's a really good partnership between them and us. Can you go to the next page?
Steve, did you say it was okay to move to the next slide?
Yes, please. Yeah, go to the next slide.
Awesome. Here we go.
Yeah, so what we wanted to do is, give everybody on the call kind of a high level view of, all the things we do and all the things we buy. And, Gino is going to get into the building trades material, I'm sure, a little bit. We buy a lot of print and logo items and signage, certainly IT, technical stuff and hardware, pretty much every kind of tool and equipment and facilities, product you can imagine, we have a use for. Obviously, these are big buildings, so there's a lot of cleaning involved. So there's certainly janitorial supplies and services available. Food and beverage, we're very passionate about food and beverage. I say that a little selfishly, so yeah, if you can think of any kind of food or beverage product that you provide, we definitely want to talk to you. And then another huge category is promotional marketing. So if you've ever been to the casino and seen, product giveaways, whether it be betting sets or pot and pan sets or things like that, we want to invest and provide for our guests. This is a huge piece of what we buy. So I didn't want to forget to list that there. Very high level. Obviously, there's more things than this, but we're going to give everybody a taste of all the things that we use. If you want to flip to the next slide. So this is talking about the link to our terms and conditions, which you can find on that vendor webpage, that vendor portal that we have on the Jack webpage. Worth perusing through. Talks about insurance requirements, payment terms, and all the other things that you've got to include as a casino. We're a very heavily regulated environment, so the state of Ohio does have quite a bit to say about how we do business. But we've found a way to do that and have some great partnerships. And make it as productive as possible with our vendor partners. And Kathryn, that's my presentation, everybody. I appreciate your time. I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Okay. At this time, I also want to acknowledge our intern for the summer. You'll see him with Steve. Came in. Good morning to you, and thank you again, as always, for being here with us at Jack. One of the things we're big on is in educating individuals about Jack. And so our internship program is a great way for us to do that. We are one of the only industries that you can come in at an entry level and work your way up to leadership positions very quickly with or without a degree. And so we're very happy we are implementing our internship program this summer, and Cayman is one of our trusted interns. So we always are happy to acknowledge him. If you go to the next slide, I can introduce you to my next colleague. So we're going to introduce you to Gino Del Pup. He is our Vice President of Design and Construction, and he and his team make things happen. All the buildings that you see going up and all the renovations that you have seen has fallen under this gentleman and his illustrious team. I congratulate him on our newest outdoor patio that doesn't look like it's outdoors at all. But if you haven't seen it, it's really a marvel and cutting edge. And he is responsible for that. So I will have Gino explain to you our construction and capital projects and design.
Thank you, Kathryn. You're too kind. It's a whole team effort, not just me, myself. But it was if anyone hasn't seen it at Thistledown, the Revel Oak is what we call it, the outdoor gaming patio is pretty spectacular. So thank you, Kathryn, and April and team for having us. Really excited to kind of talk through how design and construction really impacts the surrounding community. And with me, I have a project manager of ours, Christine Farley. She's going to also speak a little bit about how projects come on board here. And so really quickly, how a project becomes reality is we have an executive board that kind of looks at the future state of the casino, what projects we need to happen over the future, over the coming years. And as we kind of work and sketch and think through projects, we rank projects in terms of importance, return on investment, and what sort of needs we're looking at. So we could have anywhere from 20 to 30 projects in a pipeline, but as we really look at the future, we kind of rank which ones we want to actually work through. And if you flip to the next slide, we'll talk through Christine will talk through how these projects become reality.
So once our projects are approved, or we have a ranking list, then the DNC team will go through and they'll do an analysis on each of these projects, timelines, estimates for each of them, and then those findings are presented to our board. And then once those projects are decided on, all the approved projects will then go to our architect, who we work with, who we currently have a 5-year master agreement with, to start the design process.
Yeah, and really from there, as these projects, as we look at them, estimate, put a timeline together, we get them into design, and we work with a couple groups. So Kupkovic Architects, just outside of Cleveland and Independence, they do all of our design work, technical work. They'll design the projects, we get them into the city, and then also important to know, we work with a construction manager. The name is Ann Higley, a local group here. We have a 5-year master agreement with them, and really what's important for everybody on the call who is construction related, they handle all of our bidding process. So any trades interested, I would suggest reaching out to, and we'll have the name and number on the next slide, Nate Risch, who is our representative from A.M. Higley. But what we really look for, in vendors, there's a few areas that are of concern. We are a union shop here in the casino. And so we do ask that any trades are with the union. Also, we kind of focus on Cleveland-based companies as much as we can. As we, you saw in the beginning of the presentation, our slogan is, born here, raised here. So we are very specific to looking at Cleveland-based groups or in the vicinity of the greater Cleveland area. Obviously, there's special trades that we can't find here locally, so we will look outside the region. But ultimately, we really want to look at, we focus not on low bid, but lowest qualified bidder. And A.M. Higley does have, they seek out contractors that are, minority, female, veteran, and small business owned enterprises. And we do really look out for that. So if you flip to the next page, I'm sorry. And so there were two trains of thought here. I apologize. One is design and construction projects, which I'm responsible for. When a project is not design and construction and it's more facility based, Sean Hollander, who's also on the line, would take over from there. So when we have larger projects that are guest facing inside the casino itself on the gaming floor, that would be my responsibility. When it's more back of house, emergency related items, maintenance pieces, Sean Hollander would take over there. And Sean, if you want to speak real quick on how your group works to get vendors, go through and give your couple minutes.
Yeah, thanks, Gino. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, there's two parts to what I do for the casino. I'm the regional director of facilities. I have oversight over both buildings, large buildings. We have a lot going on at all times. So like I said, there's two parts of what I do. We do light construction. That is not the large scale stuff, which Gino handles. And then also we handle all the maintenance within the building. So we have a lot of supply goods we purchase and a lot of services, HVAC services, plumbing services, so on and so forth. And we buy just about every part and piece that you can think of, from restaurant equipment to plumbing to electrical. The way we search for services or contractors is if it's a larger scale construction project, we will solicit 3 bids. I work closely with Steve and his team, who just spoke, to solicit those bids. We are most of the time looking for the lowest qualified bidder on those projects. And then as far as our goods and services go, really, we will purchase from anyone as long as the availability of the part and we can get it in the timeline that we need it. But we always look to small businesses and local companies first. And really, I'm sorry.
Oh, so that was no, that was good. I was going to take us to the next slide so we can wrap up. And then swinging back to the larger projects, we're looking at potential work this year, anywhere between $1 to $8 million worth of capital work. We're still working through some of the nuances of what this year is going to look like. It's been a interesting last year from a construction standpoint, from a guest experience standpoint, but we're getting through all that. Once we get the green light from our board and these projects are a go, feel free to reach out to, as I said before, Nate Risch from AM Higley, who's our project manager. Whatever projects we have, on tap, he will have the listing of, and he will keep everybody who's interested on the bidders list and keep everybody informed of that. So thank you for having us and appreciate the time.
So just as we close, we would like to, again, to thank MBAC and the state of Ohio for having us partner today. And we thank all of you for joining and learning more about Jack Entertainment. If you are interested in doing business with us, please sign up on our portal and that gets immediately to us. And I believe they're also going to share the slides with you for our contact information. But we are very proud of the work that we do. And I have the privilege of working with all of these great people that you met today. And so think of Jack Entertainment as your casino, your gaming institution, because as I said, we are the local organization. We are born here and raised here, and your success is important to us, as well as all of the things that we give back to the community. So thanks again for having us. Good luck with the swag bag. Many of the items that are in the bag, along with the bag, we purchased from vendors just like you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Team Jack Entertainment.
Yes, thank you so much.
So much.
Do we have any questions in the chat box for Jack Entertainment?
We had a few, and thanks, Steve. Steve has responded to most of them, but we are monitoring the chat. So as the program continues, if you have additional questions, please do add them to the chat and we will respond to them.
Kathryn, someone's asking to look at the bag again. There it is.
A lot of great stuff in it too.
That's an awesome bag.
It is an awesome bag. I'm so jealous. Kathryn was correct too in the fact that we will share these PowerPoint slides with you. So you will have the contact information to all of these wonderful individuals so that you can contact them for more information. All right, everyone, we have a couple questions. Mm-hmm. If I would like an opportunity to provide building insurances, do I register as a vendor also?
Yeah, sure. We do buy, obviously insurance is a big piece of what we do. It's a yearly, we look at that year per year, but feel free to reach out to me directly on that question and I'll handle it over to our finance team who really does most of our insurance purchasing.
And someone asked, any idea how long it will take to receive the vendor application after emailing? Our intent is we monitor the portal daily. And so even if your question is not appropriate to the departments listed here today or represented here today, we will make sure to get that information to you, to the appropriate person immediately. Someone asked if there is a gift shop at the casino. It absolutely is. And we feature a lot of locally owned and produced items there, many of which, again, we have to purchase from vendors. Someone says, does anyone have any contact information to help me obtain music entertainment contracts with your company? Right now, we, as you know, prior to COVID, we had lots of live entertainment. We are still figuring out what that's going to look like as the governor removes certain restrictions. But if you have an interest in us looking at your company for entertainment, absolutely go to the portal. And again, we will get that to the appropriate person. Someone said, is the company required to be registered by the state to consider a minority supplier, or do you acknowledge city? And absolutely, we acknowledge all certifications because we understand that we respect and add any certification. You don't have to be registered with the state. That's a plus if you are, because it exposes you to additional opportunities to do business, but certainly we look at the county certifications as well as the city. Someone says, I own a janitorial cleaning company. Will you be hiring outside contractors for cleaning? I'm gonna have to kick that to Sean.
Yes, we do. We do most of our cleaning in-house, but we do hire some outside cleaning for specialty things, kitchens, some outside cleaning, power washing. I also caught another one on there for landscaping, snow removal. We do offer, we do have a need for those services. So if you have those services, please reach out.
And someone says, does Jack have, now they're starting to go quickly. So you guys jump in and help me. Here's like 20 of them coming at once. Can a link to the vendor portal be dropped in the chat? And that's already been added. Thanks, Steve. Can you send me info concerning about the portal? I think that portal information is there. Does Jack have an economic development department within the community? No, we don't. We look at ourselves as our own economic development arm. You see many of the people here, we handle that, but we don't have a specific office, but we have a wealth of different departments within our organization And that's the other myth that people have about us. Every kind of department you can think of exists here. We have accounting, we have IT, we have food and beverage, we have HR. So we are just like any other normal organization or corporate office. We have every kind of position available and we have every kind of job available within our organization. We just are featured on a lot of the gaming stuff. So I think I've gotten them all.
I saw a question on there for somebody who owns a renovation company, if there's opportunities. And I would say, yes, again, reach out to, depending on the size of the company and what you do, a lot of what we handle, again, inside is union based, but feel free to reach out to Nate Risch from A.M. Higley to be placed on a bidders list so we can make sure to get you information on projects as they come available.
Hey gang, it's Steve Zapp. I see a lot of questions about who do I reach out to about my particular business or how do I contact Jack? And I think just answer them all in general. Just best first stop is that vendor portal, and that'll help us direct you to the person in charge of whatever it is your business offers. So whether it's entertainment or janitorial or chemicals or what have you, that first best stop is the vendor portal.
Right. And then there's some, even some food items. And from time to time, we do buy food items. We can't make that decision carte blanche, but we do. So knowing more about your organization and your company would help us with that. And being licensed, being certified, having all of the appropriate things that you need as a business is important to us. Because as I said, we have over 5 million guests a year. And so we want to bring the best and the brightest to them. We want to be cutting edge, and we consider ourselves a leader in the gaming industry in Ohio. And so we're always looking for unique things to offer our guests as well as our team members.
Thank you so much, Jack Entertainment. I know that there are a lot of questions, and I know that there's some folks out there that are still waiting on some answers. But just like they said, just reach out on the vendor portal, and we will send you all of the contact information to everybody that was on the call today. So if you happen to ask a question and it didn't get answered right away, please reach out. And also, we are here to help you and answer your questions as well. So you can call and you can email and reach out to us, and I will put our email address to our MBAC Center in the chat box. And we will get you in touch with these employees so that you can figure out and answer all the questions that you need to.
And April, I would also like to add one item. When you're going to the vendor portal, make sure you have a capability statement. Many times when you go to that vendor portal, you're going to need a capability statement. And we can assist you with that with MBAC, and also Karen Weibel, who's one of our presenters today, she can assist you as well. So just make sure you have that. If you don't know what that is, reach out to us.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Jack Entertainment. We really appreciate you being here today.
Thanks, everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
We are going to move on to our next portion of our webinar today. We are going to move into our certification portion, and we are going to talk to, or hear from, rather, Michael Lester from the state of Ohio, and he is going to talk about the different certifications that the state of Ohio offers. Hi, Michael, how are you?
Good. How you doing this morning?
Wonderful.
Let me go ahead and share my screen. Can everyone see that? Perfect. I'm excited to share information about the business certification programs available through the state of Ohio. The first certification program we're going to talk about today is the Veteran Friendly Business Enterprise, or VBE program. The program is for all procurement categories. The program also establishes an overall preference to spend with VBE certified businesses, which is different than our other programs, and I'll explain that. When responding to the invitation to bid, a VBE certified business can quote up to 5% more than a non-certified competitor and still be eligible to win the award. Or on a request for proposals, scores on proposals submitted by a VBE certified business can be up to 5% lower than the proposal score submitted by a non-certified competitor and still be eligible for winning that award. For your information, we provided 2 points of contact with contracting as a VBE certified business with either agency. So these names is Wayne McNulty and David Walker, both are good resources if you're looking to be involved in the VBE program. Our next program is probably our highest profile, the Minority Business Enterprise. The MBE program establishes a 15% set-aside goal for state agencies, boards, and commissions. Set-aside means that those contracts and purchases must be solicited and awarded in a shelter market. What that means is that only MBE certified businesses can be a part of the solicitation pool. So you're not competing against the larger businesses in the state like Ohio Health, Hondas, and other larger businesses. The MBE program is an ethnicity or race-based certification program. Also, it is for goods and services only. Mind you, goods and services can include IT and professional services. However, something to note is it does not include construction. This is not to say that construction companies do not or cannot get certified, but how they use the certification is a little different, and I'll explain that later as well. So as I mentioned, each agency, board, and commission has this 15% requirement. Our office does monitor their expenditures and work with agencies towards meeting that requirement. To put 15% into perspective of dollars, the state spent $298.8 million with 314 MBE certified businesses last year, or 21.5% of that 3.9 billion eligible budget. Imagine what a fraction of those dollars could do to help grow and develop your business. So we're talking about opportunities today. Our third program is called Encouraging Diversity, Growth, and Equity, or EDGE. EDGE is designed to be an ethnicity and gender neutral and is to assist socially and economically disadvantaged businesses to get state contracting. Here's some differences to note between the MBE and EDGE program. As I mentioned, this is for socially and economically disadvantaged, and I will clearly define what those social disadvantages are in a moment, but it's not either or, you do have to be both. Also, this program is for agencies, boards, and commissions, and state universities. The goal for EDGE gets set each year by the director of BAS. Traditionally, it has been 5%, but while the goal percentage itself is smaller than the MBE, it's a smaller percentage of a much larger pie. EDGE applies to more than just goods and services. EDGE applies to all procurement categories: construction, architecture and engineering, professional services, goods and services, information and technology services. And when you add those into construction budget, that's a lot of money to deal with. Another key difference about EDGE, you might have heard previously about a time limit for the program. That has been removed with new updates to the Ohio Administrative Code. What has not changed, however, is that it is for small businesses. With the new Ohio Administrative Code changes, we have more closely mirrored those small business definitions, which that of the U.S. Small Business Administration, or SBA. So while there is no longer a time limit for being in the program, there is still a size standard, both for the owner and the business. If either exceed those thresholds, a business would graduate because they would no longer need the benefits of the program. And we'll talk about those standards a little later. Similar to MBE, our office does monitor and work with agencies towards meeting the goal. But again, let's put into perspective what 5% means. In fiscal year 2020, out of a total $4.83 billion in eligible budget, 7.21% was spent in either agency direct or subcontracting spending. In dollars, the state spent $348 million with 378 EDGE certified businesses last year. For the ladies with us today, the state's newest program is designed for you. The Women-Owned Business Enterprise went into effect October 9th, 2020. And this is the first time that the state of Ohio has had a certification program specifically for women entrepreneurs. The first key difference for this program is that currently the program does not have any established procurement goals or targets for state agencies to spend towards. It also does not have the apply a preference as we discussed previously for BBE. Excuse me. However, what it does have is a reciprocity component. While still in development, the program allows the state of Ohio to enter into reciprocity agreements with other states who have similar WBE programs. Once agreements are finalized, this will allow Ohio WBEs to take their certification to another state and apply for certification in that state and then compete for contracts set aside for WBEs in those states. Excuse me. This component will hopefully broaden the opportunity and landscape for women-owned businesses to grow in the state. While there are not finalized agreements in place just yet, we are very close to some, so please keep an eye out on our website and work with your MBACs to learn more about the developments of that program. We talked about what, but the biggest question we normally get is why. Why should I get certified, or what's in it for me? We already touched on one of the biggest reasons, opportunity. These certification programs provide access to certain state procurement opportunities that otherwise your business might not have access to, specifically in the case of MBE. Additionally, we list all certified businesses in a database that not only agencies use, but a lot of universities, prime contractors, private contractors, et cetera. Often when somebody has a need to locate a minority company, they search our database. And there's also financial benefits of being certified, especially in the MBE program. Our partners in the Ohio Development Service Agency, or DSA, have several loan and bond programs specifically designed for certified businesses. Your local MBAC, who is sponsored by DSA, has information about those programs and can help you determine which program best meets your needs and how to apply. A couple of the other things to consider is that certification is not limited to just state procurement. That is what the program was designed for, but especially in today's social climate, so many corporations, agencies, both public and private, have realized that having a strong, diverse supplier base is good for business and for the community. So while certification does provide you access to certain state government opportunities, it can also be viewed as a great marketing tool. Lastly, as you're considering outside business, also consider other certified businesses, your certified peers. What is it that you provide that perhaps another certified business has a need for, or vice versa? Expanding how you look at the certification, even outside of state procurement, can help expand your customer base. Now let's talk about who is eligible for our certifications. Let's start again with VBE. Please note that only one of these criteria need to be met. Obviously, as the program is for veterans, if the business is owned by a veteran or someone on active service, that person could qualify. If 51% of the board of directors are veterans or on active service, if the business has already received certification by the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs as a small disabled veteran-owned small business, or veteran-owned small business owners meets the definition of veteran, we recognize that certificate. Lastly, if 10% of your business employees are veterans or on active service, it could qualify. This last one is nice because in this way, the program not only helps veteran business owners, but it also helps veterans find or maintain employment. And I mention this because if in your business plan, you are looking at hiring a workforce in the next year or two from now, keep this program in mind. If you hire veterans, it helps veterans find jobs, but also could benefit you by making you eligible for this program. Okay, switching to the MBE Edge and WBE programs, these are core requirements for all. You must be a full-time resident with the exception of those who apply for one of the approved reciprocity states, again, which are now, we don't have any, but we're currently in works. So for now, everyone must be an Ohio resident. You must be a for-profit and in business for at least 1 year. And we do truly mean in business, not just registered with the Secretary of State's office. We do understand you might not have generated revenue yet, but you must be able to document how you have been in business. And again, this is where your MBAC is a great resource to help document that. You must process requisite knowledge of the business and industry and day-to-day control, demonstrating capability and expertise. This is another key component for us. We are not looking to certify businesses who have minority or women as owners on paper, but in actuality do not control the business. That defeats the purpose of the program. So we need you to demonstrate how you both own and control the business. Specifically for MBE, as I said, is an ethnicity or race-based certification program. So you do need to be either African-American, American Indian, Asian, or Latino. If you do not fall within one of those groups, you would not meet the program criteria. For EDGE, the program is for socially and economically disadvantaged businesses. Socially disadvantaged can be because of someone's ethnicity, female gender, chronic physical or mental disability, a business owner's long-term residence in a hub zone, A hub zone is an area defined by the SBA through a census tract. Generally speaking, these are areas of low income and or high unemployment. You'll find both metropolitan areas as well as Appalachia are hub zones. There's a link on our website where you can enter the address to determine if your address is in an approved area. Something to note, if you're applying based on being in a hub zone, 35% of your employees or your business's workforce must reside in the hub zone as well. Not necessarily the same hub zone as the business location, but it must be also in the hub zone. Economic disadvantage is based primarily on the personal net worth. Following the SBA guidelines, we do exclude a primary residence if not owned outright and any interest in the business. Upon entry and during the duration of the certification, a person's net worth cannot exceed $750,000. However, as mentioned, we also use the SBA size standards, and those are based on NAICS codes and could be based on either gross receipts and or number of employees your business held. A fair market value of all assets must be less than $4 million. WBE, the business must be owned and controlled by a woman. Again, full-time resident of Ohio with the exception of those who apply from one of the approved reciprocity states, which right now we don't have any, as I stated before. As I mentioned before, until the agreements are in place, everyone must be an Ohio resident. We talked about what the programs are, why you should consider applying, and who qualifies for each. And now we will explain how to get started in the certification process. Before you start with the application, please start with the supporting document checklist. This task will likely take you the longest. Yes, there are a lot of items on the list. However, each item is designed to verify core requirements, specifically citizenship, residency, ethnicity or race, social or economic disadvantage, as well as ownership and control. Your local MBAC is available to help you with gathering these documents, identify what you may be missing, and document those gaps. They're a great resource in your own backyard, and they're free. Working with the MBAC on the front end will help streamline this process and make it a lot easier. There are 3 certification options that a company can choose from based on its needs. The 2 most standard used are the standard and fast track. This is the basic or standard process. On average, application takes about 60 to 90 days to process once we receive all supporting documents. Again, MBAC assistance is available. We're looking to validate the application information. Does what you put on the application match the documents received? Yet another reason to compile documents before filing the application, because if you use all documents to fill out the form, the data will match automatically. We're looking also to verify ownership and control. We then analyze documentation and the information gathered during the interview, and the officers recommend either approval or disapproval. That recommendation goes to a state EEO coordinator for final review. If approved, you get an email saying, congratulations, you've been approved. Click here to get your certificate. However, if the coordinator agrees with a disapproval recommendation, you receive a certified letter detailing what those next steps are, because you do have the right to appeal that decision. For WBE, the process itself is the same with one notable exception. While our MBE and EDGE applications are located on the Ohio Business Gateway website, our WBE and VBE applications are not there yet. So in the meantime, the WBE applications are available on our website, the wbe.ohio.gov as a fillable PDF. And the same is true for the VB application, except it's an Excel form, and that can be found at the das.ohio.gov/VBE site. Ultimately, both of these applications will be a part of the Ohio Business Gateway, so this won't be separate for long, but until that time, this is how it has to be done. For MBE and EDGE only, and only by working with an MBAC, there's an option to fast track an application. However, due to staffing levels and the fact that if we didn't build this criteria into it, then everyone will request it. This way, the process is only available if one of the following apply. An applicant desires to submit a bid or proposal in response to a procurement solicitation, and certification is a requirement to be responsive, meaning you are responding to an MBE set-aside or EDGE contracting opportunity where you have to be certified in order to bid or to be accepted. Or you have a pending DSA Minority Business Development, Division Financing or Bonding application where certification is a requirement. Again, you are applying for one of the DSA loans or bonding programs where you have to be certified in order for your application to be accepted by their board. In either instance, the process remains the same, except that you must work with an MBAC to gather and submit your documents. They will submit on your behalf, as well as a fast track application. And there's one officer who receives those, and all of the packets of processing stops for that officer so that they can focus on the fast track application. The timeline drops to about 5 to 7 days. Again, very specific reason why this process is used. We would love to have this capability to process everyone's applications this quickly, but with 5 officers covering the entire state, that's just not feasible. And our final process is cross-certification. This is currently available just for MBE, but we are looking at options for other programs as well. If you are already MBE certified with one of the listed certifications above, you can complete an expedited or cross-certification form on the Ohio Business Gateway and provide us with a copy of your current certification. We will then reach out to our partnering agency and request a letter of good standing. Once received, we will issue certification to match the expiration date based on their recommendation. Also, except for with OMSDC, these are true reciprocal agreements. So say you get certified with the state first and you decide that you want or need a city certification, you can do the same thing, apply with that city, give them a copy of your certification, and they'll reach out and use to verify and certify. Something to consider, if you are interested in both MBE and EDGE, you will still need to complete a unified application and submit all supporting documents for EDGE because this is only available for MBE. Also, then your certification dates between the 2 programs will be different and can be confusing to keep track of. Because of this, a lot of businesses opt to not expedite or cross-certify, but rather apply the standard way so that the certification dates match and everything processes together. And just so you know, we are here to help. And here's a list of ways to contact our office. All of our websites are listed above, and our main telephone number and our general email box if you have any questions as well. And that's all I have. I don't know if we have time for questions or not. You're muted, April.
Thank you. I just caught that. We do have one question. Is there an update on the Ohio Senate Bill 105, the statewide MBE reciprocity bill?
I am not 100% sure on that. I'll have to, if someone had a question, like you realize, I could get their email, and I can shoot your email once I get that information and let you know for sure.
What was the question, April?
Let me go back up to it real quick. Is there an update on the Ohio Senate Bill 105, the statewide MBE reciprocity bill?
That bill has not moved, but there has been no opposition to the bill. So with no formal opposition coming forward, the assumption is that that bill is green lighted, and we would expect it to be, being passed sometime here shortly. But it won't be within the next probably 20 days.
Great, thank you, Eric. All right, everyone, thank you so much. Michael, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. All right, everyone, we are going to move on to our next certification presenter. Her name is Kathryn Weibel, and she works for the Procurement Technical Assistance Center. Hello, Karen, how are you?
I'm okay, April, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
I'm getting my slideshow up and I'll get moving. All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me today. My name is Kathryn Weibel. I'm with the Procurement Technical Assistance Center. And today we're going to be talking about SAM. SAM is the System for Award Management. It's the official website for the federal government that you must register to be a vendor, to be able to bid on and receive contracts from the federal government. And you also must be registered in SAM and qualify as a small business to go after any of the other federal certifications, 8A, HubZone, woman-owned small business, or veteran-owned or service-disabled veteran-owned small business. The SAM website at the end of May went through a major upgrade, lots of changes. This is what the SAM website looks like now. It is going to continue to be evolving, and through that evolution, there are some bumps in the road. Sometimes it isn't working 100%, but right now, this morning I got it working, but it is a constantly evolving agile development project of the federal government. Before you get ready to register in SAM, I recommend that businesses do a few things. You need to check your business registration. I've got the business search here from the state of Ohio. If you're registered in another state, you're going to look at that too. You need to make sure that the information that is registered with the state for your business is accurate and up to date, because the federal government will be checking this in the verification of your information once they receive your application. You're also going to need a DUNS number. Getting a DUNS number is free. I've discovered a lot of businesses already have a DUNS number and they didn't even know it. So I recommend going in and checking. This is the website where you can do this online and double check to see if you have a DUNS number, and then verify that the information that Dun & Bradstreet has for your business is accurate and up to date. If it is not, you are going to have to update it with Dun & Bradstreet before you can get registered in SAM. And if you do not have a DUNS number, you also go to this very same website to request one, and it is free of charge to do. If you do not have a DUNS number already, they're going to be asking you for this information here, your business name, your headquarters, various information about your business that you're going to have to input. Part of this is you're also going to have to look up and know what your NAICS codes are, the North American Industrial Classification System. These are the numbers that identify what type of business you are. There's a keyword search, and you're going to use the 2017 NAICS code, the top search that I'm showing there. And you can just do keywords and search all the NAICS codes that might apply to your business. You can have more than one. And if you are a wholesaler distributor, you're going to want to capture those NAICS codes, and you're also going to want to capture the NAICS codes that are for manufacturing for the types of products that you sell. You are able to list those as well. The last thing you want to make sure is your IRS filing. They cross-check your business with the IRS. You're going to want to make sure that the information you have with the IRS is accurate and up to date. If you're filing under your social, if you're sole proprietor, if you're doing it as an LLC and you have to have your tax EIN, make sure the information, address, everything is accurate and matches what all the other information that you've put together with Dun & Bradstreet. The last information you're going to have to pull together here is your checking account. The federal government pays you electronically. You have to input this information into the SAM system in order to get paid for any contract you might receive. They're going to ask you for your routing number for your business checking, your account number, and then they're going to ask the phone number for your bank. So in case there is a problem with an electronic deposit when they're trying to pay you, that they have a number at the bank that they can call to try to figure out what the problem is. So those are some things you're going to have to pull together. Other things, you're going to have access to a computer because this is an online application. You're going to have access to your email during the process because you're going to be receiving email notifications going back and forth during this. And you're going to have access to a secondary security, which is you can use your telephone or cell phone, or you can utilize an authentication app or a security key. These are the authentication apps, if you use those, that the system will accept. And the security key, for those who don't know, it is kind of like a flash drive that you would plug into your system that you would have to use. And it has to, if you have one of those and you are using it for your own security for your business, you want to make sure the security key you are using is up to the 502 standards, otherwise it won't work. Then you're trying to register. You're going to go back to the SAM website and click on the Get Started button. You're going to get a pop-up where they're going to ask you to create an account in login.gov. This is part of that security. You're going to create a new account. You're going to enter your email address, and then they're going to send you an email confirming that you've done this. Then you're going to have to go in and create a strong password. The lovely thing about the system is that it'll tell you how strong they think your password is, and it will not let you go forward until that password strength says at least good. Then you get to choose your two-factor authentication. The most common one, because a lot of people don't use the authentication apps or have those security keys, is doing the text message to their cell phone. But you can also do it via a phone call to a landline phone if that's something that you have. Then you're ready to get started. You're going to start your registration. You're going to continue. You're going to register as a business or organization. And if you're wanting to, they give you the choice to if you want to bid on contracts and grants or just apply for grants. We always recommend doing the first one, bidding on contracts and grants. There's where they're going to be checking your DUNS number information. Again, you're going to want to put your DUNS number in there and then make it match exactly what you have registered with Dun & Bradstreet. If it doesn't match, it won't let you move forward. Part of this also is that IRS match. Here's where you're going to put on all the information about your business. Again, making sure it matches with the IRS. Part of this is you're going to have to create what is called an MPIN. An MPIN acts as your electronic signature in the process. You want to make sure you write this down, just like your username and password in the login system. Write down your MPIN. You're going to need it on the next screen to give them permission to cross-check your IRS filings. And then if you're going to apply for any other certifications like the WSB or EDWSB or veteran certifications or anything else, they're going to ask you for that MPIN, which gives them permission to cross-check your SAM registration and everything else. So here's the screen, what it looks like, where you're going to put in your tax information, put in your MPIN, that gives them permission to check your taxes. This is what the screen looks like, where you're going to have to put in your checking information. Again, that automated clearinghouse is your business banking phone number, not your own. And then the remittance address is, if the problems cannot be fixed with the electronic transfer of funds, where would they mail a check so you can get paid? This is what the screen looks like when you're typing in your NAICS codes. You're going to type your NAICS codes that you researched into that top box where it says search for NAICS codes. Then you will hit the search button. Then it'll appear, and then you'll have to add it, and it'll populate into the bottom screen. If you have more than one NAICS code, you're going to have to mark one as the primary NAICS code for your business. But again, you can have more than one. Here is some information on determining size standards. They determine whether or not you are registered and certified as a small business through this system. They are going to ask you what your total receipts are, average the last 5 years, and the average number of your employees. Based on these answers and the NAICS codes you input into the system determines whether or not you're a small business. And as you can see here, this is an example. The size standards for these two NAICS codes was an employee standard of 500, and they determined that they were a small business. Some other things you're going to have to pull together are points of contact. This is a list of all the ones that they ask you about. Not all of them are mandatory. You're going to have somebody responsible for accounts receivable. A very important person that you're going to have is your electronic business point of contact. They are going to have a lot of responsibilities, and also the government business point of contact. So make sure you put somebody in there that is going to be heavily involved in your government contracting work, because they're going to be asked to do a lot of things as you're proceeding in government contracting. If they've determined through your answers on NAICS codes and your sales volume or your number of your employees, and they determine that you are indeed a small business, you're going to get a link within your SAM registration to input information into the SBA Small Business Dynamic Search. The link says SBA profile. And you'll get contacted, unfortunately, by a lot of for-profit companies that say you got to upload your capability statement and they're going to charge you $600. This is what they're talking about. It is free to do. You don't have to pay anybody to do business with the federal government. This is all free. But what this website does, it lets you enhance your presence. It's a searchable database that not only government buyers but prime contractors use as well to search for small businesses to help them fulfill their contracting goals. So it allows you to put in keywords to help them find you. It helps you to put in a capability narrative that you would use in your capability statement. The types of things that we talked about in a capability that you would put into your capability statement. There are little word boxes within the pages of the system that allow you to enhance your profile and make you find more easy to find by the people that are important for you in getting work. After you submit, then you go to the screen, you submit your registration. The first thing they do is they're going to go through that IRS match. And it's going to take about 3 to 5 days for them to check with the IRS. Once you pass the IRS validation, you'll get an email, or if you don't pass IRS validation, you'll get an email. If you pass, it goes to the next step, which it goes to the Department of Defense, where they start really digging into your business. And again, they're going to be looking at your registration, all sorts of things, and making sure you are truly a legitimate business. Again, here, that government business point of contact is an important person because you're going to be getting those emails. You got to make sure any emails you get come from DLA.mil. That's legit, not a scam artist. And then once you pass this process, they will assign you a cage code and you will be registered and certified as somebody who can go after federal work. And again, you are certified as a small business through this SAM registration, and that is the only certification you need for federal employees and who are looking to purchase goods or services from you, and is the only one that you need if a prime contractor is fulfilling a federal contract and wants to do subcontracting with you. And that is the end of my presentation. This is my contact information. If anybody wants to work with PTAC, all of our services are free, just like MBAC. And our whole job is to help small businesses look for opportunities to bid on in the federal, state, and local government space. And we have a free daily bid matching service that you can utilize when you become a client. And that was my quickie presentation on SAM, and I'm open to any questions if anybody has any.
Thank you so much, Karen. Do we have any questions for Karen? Go ahead and put them in the chat box.
I'll stop my share.
You were so thorough, Karen. I don't think anyone has any questions yet.
Well, great.
Fantastic.
Great job.
Thank you, Karen.
See you all. You take care.
Thank you so much, Karen. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Have a great day, Karen.
All right, everyone. So we are getting to the end of our webinar today. And our next portion is the exciting swag bag giveaway. And I'm going to turn it over to Business Advisor Richard Brown.
Thank you, April. Okay, everyone, this is the moment you have been waiting for that swag bag giveaway. I just like saying that, swag bag giveaway. This has a nice flow to it, doesn't it? All right, so in order to win one of those swag bags, you're going to have to answer a couple of questions. And you're going to have 30 seconds to answer these questions. And what you're going to do is put your answers in the chat. All right, put your answers in the chat. We're going to time it. And the first question is, only 2 questions you got to answer now. And I hope you've been paying attention throughout this whole webinar, because I told you at the beginning, you got to pay attention. All right. So the first question is, we all know gaming is a type of industry that Jack Entertainment is involved in. What are the other 2 types of industries? That's the first question. We all know gaming is a type of industry for Jack Entertainment. What are the other 2 type of industries? Okay, and the other question is, what is the name of the system used to complete your federal registration? What is the name of the system used to complete your federal registration? All right, you have 30 seconds. I'm going to time it, and you can begin right now.
Okay, we have some, Richard.
All right.
Okay, so.
Let's see. All right, we're checking the chat. I see people getting one question. Okay, all right, you got Sam, that's right. But what about the first question? What are the two industries? We know it's gaming, so what are the other two?
It's a tricky one.
It's a tricky one. We're not gonna make it easy now. You got to, you know, this is Jack Entertainment, so you got to be in the game. You got to get in there. All right. Okay, I'm looking.
You kind of have to think outside of the box for the first question as well. It's not quite as clear as you might think. That's just a little clue.
Hospitality and racing.
Nope.
No, that's not it. But good answers. Wow. Okay. I don't see anybody with, it's two industries. I'm seeing some people getting one of them right, but I don't see nobody with both of them.
Yeah, same. I see one person with one of them right, but not both.
Okay. All right. Well, they talked about it. They talked about all the different industries that they're involved in, the things they do. When you think about Jack Entertainment, Karen talked about so many services they offer. Okay, I'm gonna give you another question. Let me give you another question since y'all can't seem to get that way. Here's another second question. Okay, the first question is, okay, the second question is this. Here's the second question. I see you got, many people got the second question right. This question now. What are the 4 types of certifications that are available through the state of Ohio? But you got to give me both answers. I need both answers in the chat. What are the 4 types of certifications that are available in the state of Ohio? There are 4. And what is the name of the system used to complete the federal registration? I need both answers. It's 4 certifications. All right. Oh, I see one. I got one. Okay, Shar Davis. I see one. Okay, Shar Davis. You got it. All right. And I see Maria Gonzalez. Okay, I have my 2 winners. That's it. So congratulations, Shar Davis and Maria Gonzalez. Those are the ones I saw first. So those are our 2 winners.
Want to give them the answer to the one question for us?
Oh, I have to, don't I? Okay, yes, I'm sorry. Thank you. So the answer for the first question is technology and electrical. Some people said electrical, but nobody said technology. Sammy Davis Jr.? Okay, somebody, okay, never mind. Anyway, but congratulations. I did call the names. Did we get the names right? Shar and Maria Gonzalez. Maria, yeah, Maria Gonzalez. Okay. Okay.
All right, Shar and Maria, we will be contacting you to get your home mailing address, and we will actually be mailing you the swag bag next week. So keep a lookout for this email. Go ahead, Richard.
No, that's it. That's it. I'm done. So I'm just saying congratulations. Well played, everyone. That's all I got.
Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure. I hope all of you got some vital information in regard to Jack Entertainment and how to become a vendor and a contractor with them, as well as some great information from the state of Ohio.
Yes.
And also, let me just say this. If you need to be certified, you know, you can reach out to your local MBAC. And we have a saying, MBAC, a hashtag, MBAC has your back. That's our hashtag, MBAC has your back. So
all the time.
All the time. So reach out to us. We're here to support you. We want to help you to get certified so you can get that contract, so you can work with Jack Entertainment, so we can all win. It's a win-win for everybody. All right.
Absolutely.
And I would actually like to make a shout out to some of our guest attendees that are on today. We have some folks on the call from Sherwin-Williams, and we will be hosting a webinar with Sherwin-Williams on September 1st of this year. So please keep a lookout for emails and flyers from us, because we will be promoting that as well. And we are very excited and looking forward to that one as well.
Also, Gino has his hand up, looks like, so.
Oh, go ahead, Gino.
All right, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. This was fun, and look forward to getting some interest over here. So.
Absolutely. And I guess we were having some technical difficulties with our web, and people were trying to get on. Steve reached out to IT about that, but nonetheless, you have all of our email addresses that you'll be receiving, and also in the chat. So we will be getting back to all of you.
Yeah, so if anybody needs, wants to start the process of starting to be a vendor with Jack Entertainment, for now, just email me directly, and I put my email address in the chat. We should have the portal back up and running in a few hours here.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. You guys are quick. This is fantastic. Thank you guys so much. This has been truly extraordinary day. Thank you.
Yes. We enjoyed partnering with you. We're looking forward to doing greater things in the future, more things in the future. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much. We had a wonderful time, and I will be sending that email out to you guys today. So have a look out for that, okay? Have a wonderful day, everyone.
And thank you, Eric, for joining us as well and speaking on here as well. Thank you, Eric.
Yes,
absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.